Next Thursday night, Rosh Chodesh Adar, I just have to figure out timing. Do we do 9 to 10 and we move Meir? I have to, maybe we'll ask him. I asked like Kiva Goldberger what's better. We want to do a full Muncie wide. Everyone, Muncie wide. No, so we just want to find out. Muncie wide. It's really, David's not here. It's really in David's chos. David said that we get tables, we should do it.
That's it. They don't move at Meir. The Meir is always
Because they happen to have Meir. Yeah, we can do it either way.
We can do like an 8:30 to 9.
We do whatever we want. I asked like Kiva if he knows what time general people are around. That's what I want to know. I don't care about us. We'll be flexible. Let's. So he told me let's get it out tonight, hopefully, so that save the date next Thursday. So Mirza Hashem. That's what we're looking at. The 27th. Rosh Chodesh Adar. Yes, next Thursday night. Yeah, that night's Mamash Rosh Chodesh. Beautiful.
It got very.
That's the best. That's good. That's not intense. That's the best. That's nothing. When I give for hairs. What do you mean? My Gemara is the same way. Hello.
Hello. That's the best part about these videos. I can pause. I can go back. If you can't do it, you can't stop or
you can stop. You can stop me. You can stop me. When I give for hairs, I sit there. I read their Gemaras. They don't realize I'm sitting there taking notes on their Gemaras. Okay, let's go. Let's start with So Esther Kushi, I think that part is clear. We had two braysos, Halan, Halahu, Eretz Yisrael, and Bavel. Beautiful. Esther Gabayser, about 12 lines at the bottom. Tonight's going to be a shtickle dedicated to CHAZARAH and Amir Hashem. Let's go. Enough planning. Let's learn Torah. Esther Gabayser. A Bayser, Esther Bayser, we know is immature, is a unripe, is a small Esther. Rav Akiva Baysel v'chacham machshirin. Amar Rabba, says Rabbi Akiva, who just said what? And Esther Gabayser is possible. Rabbi Shimon and Rav Shimon Amru Davarach. What's this? Rav Shimon, what's this, Rabbi Akiva? We're doing tonight a CHAZARAH. Surely, come join us. Says the Gemara. Rabbi Akiva is what? Hadamar. That's what we just said, which is what? Esther Gabayser is possible. Rav Shimon Mahi. It's a grammatical difference. Grammatical. One is puzzle, one is placeable.
But it's the same.
Same thing. Yeah. Just grammar, which none of us understand anyway. So let's not try. Rav Kiva, Rav Shimon Mahi. What's Rav Shimon? The Tani. Rabbi Shimon. Poiter SOS Roigim Bekoitnon. Rav Shimon says a small esrog is potter. Potter from what? Mice. Excellent. So says the Gemara, seemingly the same way Rabbi Akiva said, a bayser, an unripe esrog, you can't use on Yom Tif. So too Rav Shimon says, a small esrog is potter from meiser. So the Gemara makes an assumption. Rabba makes an assumption that Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Shimon are saying the same thing. Amarle Abaye, says Abaye, Rabba, don't make assumptions. You know what happens when you do that. Maybe it's not true. When did Rabbi Akiva say his din that an esrog gabayser, that a small esrog is possible, is what is by an esrog, is by yontif? Why? To be another. I didn't yantiv. It didn't ask. It needs to be hadar. Needs to be beautiful. Velaka. Aval hasam. But when it comes to the chiyuvim a meiser, kirabanan svirle, maybe holds like the rabbanan who hold that a small esrog is chayiv in meiser. That's one way of explaining it. Now on the flip side, inami or else ad kan loika amar Rabbi Shimon hasam. Rabbi Shimon over there by meiser only said that a small esrog is potter from meiser. Elo dechsiv, says the Torah, aser to aser, as called tevuas zar echa. So we're famous on the aser to aser. We stop over there and we give it. We go into give tzedakah shmooze, get wealthy shmooze. But there's an end of a pasuk. Aser to aser, as called tevuas zar echa. What's zar echa? Your plantings, which we learn from there. Like the way that people moitziin lizriya, take it out lizriya for planting, which means what? It has to be ripe. Avol hacha, David erev tov. Avol hacha, but here kirabanan svirale, but maybe by us, maybe an esrog gabayser is kosher. Says the Gemara visu loy midi, which means what? Full stop, they would say in England. Us Americans would say, we put the gavel down, it's over. Look at the top Rashi. Let's look at the top Rashi. Rashi explains a little bit more. Sulamidi. Don't judge after this thing. Meaning, we started off, Rabba said, they say the same thing. Abaye said, maybe not. You know, the maybe not guy. Maybe not. Yeah, every rabbi hates that guy. And the Hekatesi. How do you know? Maybe not. Don't go. When we get to the pause, I'm going to get to the pause. I'm going to break. Let them could read it over, and I'm going to get water. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just don't want to lose this. V'sulamidi says the Gemara. So Abai said maybe not. Says the Gemara. Don't ask any kashas. Deloi Sava Rabbi Shimon Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva Sava Shimon. It's not MS. The two are not the same thing. Let's take a 90-second break before we go into the next Gemara. Let them could read over what we just did. I'm going to get a shot of water. Then we'll go back.
We're just rechazering. We're rechazering. Yeah.
Not a real holiday.
Esther got Boiser. So I said, Esther got Boiser, young Esther. Kiva Boiser from Hashem. Amr Rabbi Rabbi Kiva, Rabbi Shimon, Amr Dabra. Rabbi Shimon and Rabbi Kiva say the same thing. Rabbi Kiva had Amr. Kiva says what he says. We said the apostle. Shimon Mahi, the Tanner. Shimon pointer says, what do you big title? He's pointed at Esther. It's very small. Pointed from what? Meiser. Amr Rabbi. Maybe it's not this. I can't pick up Rabbi Kiva. Rabbi Kiva says my Esther. Right? Maybe that's the Adkan.
Yeah.
Like Amar keep off as and over there.
Good.
Keep it doesn't say
So
lice.
before I answer your question, Adkan Leika Amar is what the Gemara is doing. Is we just said that the two are the same.
Right.
Adkan Leika Amar. No, maybe only said over there. That's what the Gemara is doing.
Only over there.
Correct. Correct. And maybe Rabbi Shimon is only over here. That's what my meaning.
Goes
Logic.
far as
Correct.
to say this.
In logic,
People would hold like they're
correct. In logic, this is one of the big attacks in logic. You can't say something is absolute if there's a way to split it. Absolute logic means A has to equal this. But if I can show you that maybe it doesn't, then it is not absolute anymore.
It's interesting to see. Sometimes we say Loi Shanu Ella.
Yeah, different lashinas.
This is a more
Yeah,
stronger. This
yeah.
is even saying no. Ad Khan, like to take it to that extent.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol nihiyeh b'devaroi.
And also that Rashi is explaining that the Siloi Midi, now that we read the Rashi, it's
Yeah.
different than when I first thought it was. I thought it means just okay, end
Oh,
conversation.
so you thought that
Siloi Midi is saying the right way Rashi is saying
Yeah.
it is like
Mom is
I
strong.
don't even think there's anything
Very good.
here. Like
Very good.
Who's writing a stuff.
They have
That there should be
lashinas.
the lashinas.
Yeah, there is.
This means Rasser.
There is.
actually,
This means.
So I'll tell you.
Like my lap does not mean why not.
So I'll tell you,
You know?
you're right. No, but it's even deeper. It's even deeper than that. The nuances of
It's usually the opposite.
the nuances of a maskif versus a kasha, a tiyufta. You know, mamish, each word of the Gemara. Yeah. This is
actually where I went to
for the mainstream
Mountain
yeshiva
Dale,
guys. You know what I'm saying? We don't do these things.
Rabbi Yehuda Davis came out with the whole thing with techniques and how
Yeah.
it's like set up and
Break
it's
up the
like,
Gemara.
it's every time you see this, it means exactly the same.
Yeah, but you should know. No, yeah, it was in the fridge. Yeah. Someone lowered the fridge. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Chavra. We're on the top line. Lamavav and Beis. Godloi b'tefus. Godloi b'tefus. It grew in a tefus. Rav David, you just missed that we had a scheduling. We're not going to do it this Thursday night. I spoke to Kiva Goldberger. Hopefully next Thursday night we're going to have a Muncie-wide Ritufis here in Shul to inaugurate the tables like I mentioned. It's Hashem. Siyata d'Shmaya. I spoke to Kiva tonight.
Every month, 60 Haley. People's a lot.
60 Haley, I don't think holds more than 120 people.
Yeah, I don't think it's bigger than this.
I don't
We
think
include the
different
women's
layout.
it's only 120 people.
Yes, we
can
set
hold
up.
on.
I mean,
20 cheers.
we have 120 chairs.
There's 120 chairs.
Yeah.
We have
The
120
peoples can hold
Yeah.
on.
They've never had 120 halavai. If we get 120, that would be beautiful. But
But they never have 120.
I don't think that. I'm going to confirm them. I don't believe they ever have that many. And you have to realize on their own, they're 45.
Yeah. I think
Right,
they had
that's
a-
it.
So I'm saying, what? So last time was the biggest one they ever did. But I'm saying they have 120 on their own. So 40 on their own. So
All Robert Wags was
2 weeks before Christ.
he has 40 on his own. What's his name? That guy, Elite Boy. He just kills people. Basically, he harassed them until they join the Kinyan Succah. Mamish. That's what he does. Yeah, we're gonna make it the whole month. We're gonna get there. Mr. Shem. I already knew him to come. Listen, you have to find out. He's making a party. He's making a party somewhere that night. You never know. God play bit false. Let's go. Weiter. Mr. Shem. We're gonna start the planning. We're hopefully gonna get a flyer out.
Yeah, the Rabbi.
Yeah. Not many people could say they're Rabbi Newman's boss. You know what I'm saying?
Like what's really exciting, we were going to do CHAZARAH each day. It was right away. We were doing about it that night.
Yeah.
Gotta
Sure.
get back. Gotta get back.
Sure, nachas. God love it for us. We spoke about it. It's all nimnu v'gamru. That's why we did a chazara tonight to do tshuva pashit on our misdeeds. God love it for us. Here we go. If it grows in a defos, it grows in a mold. V'asoi kimin beri acheres, and it looks like a different figure, a different shape. Pulse. My Rabba says Revelation kimin beri acheres. Only if it looks like a different berry, a different creation. Aval kibri yasoi kosher. If you put it into a mold and it looks like an esrog, it's kosher. Frag the Gemara. Pshita asks the Gemara, obviously. Kimin berry acheres tenan. The Mishnah said it looks like a different berry, so it looks like the same berry. Of course, it's not a problem. Answers the Gemara, lo yitzricha, the chiddush is the avida that is made dapi. It's made of planks. It's made of pieces. So you would think that maybe, even though at the end result it looks like a good old-fashioned esrog, you would think that maybe it's no good. The chiddush is that no, it still looks like kibriyasa. It looks like a normal esrog, and it's going to be kosher. Itmar. Yeah, bria is a creation. Kibriyasa
would not be.
You would.
Dabi would yes be kosher. That's the chiddush. That's the chiddush.
Really?
That's the chiddush.
The whole thing.
Now let's read it again. Oh, I understand what you're saying.
This was the dapi.
Read it again. Amar Rava. Lo yishanu. When do we say it's possible to come in bria acheres? But if it's the same bria, it's kosher. Asks the Gemara, of course the same bria is kosher. Answers the Gemara, the chiddush, the novelty of being the same bria and still being kosher is if it's the same bria, but in a unique form of the same bria. Dabi is created in this interesting way into the same bria. That's the chiddush. Yeah, interesting.
So we read it loi, comma.
No.
tzricha,
No.
loi tzricha.
So light tzricha is one of these. One of the Gemara says light tzricha. It's not needed. It's almost you almost need to insert the word ella there. Light tzricha ella. It's not needed only. Meaning what the Gemara is basically saying is that the chiddush is
Tanan.
yes. Here's Tanan question mark.
Question mark.
Answers the Gemara light tzricha. It's not needed. Meaning it's needed. Meaning this is the chiddush. Yeah, this is Gemara terms. Davidik David. Itmar Nacha Gemara. Again, we did this already, but this is beautiful Gemara. Esrog shenakvua achubarim. An esrog that has mice bit into it. Amarav, into others, is quite not beautiful. Ask the Gemara, really? Eini, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. Rav Chanina matzul bar Rav Chanina throughout Yontif. You stepped by the tish of Rav Chanina. What would you see him doing? Taking his esrog, dipping it, matbil ba, dipping it, v'nafak ba, and biting it, obviously. V'nafik ba, and he still used it for Yontif. Says the Gemara, okay, but throw back at you. Rav Chanina kasha masnisan. What does Rav Chanina do with the Mishnah? The Mishnah says that if your esrog is lacking something, it's possible. So what does Rav Chanina do with the Mishnah? Answers the Gemara, Bish lama masnisan Rav Chanina like kasha. I understand that the Mishnah is not a kasha Rav Chanina. Why? Can be Yom Tov Rishon, can be Yom Tov Sheni. On the first day of Yom Tov, and if you don't remember which is which, you look at Rashi. And Rashi fills in the blanks. And Rashi tells us, I can't find Rashi. I made it up. Made it up. I made it up. 1 second. You're right, I made it up. Okay. Yontav Rishon, the din is, it must be Rashi elsewhere. Yontav Rishon, the din is has to be tama, has to be complete. So that's when it will be kosher. That's when the Mishnah says if it's missing a piece, it's pasul. Can be Yontav Sheni. Reb Chanina is can be Yontav Sheni. Excuse me. When it's missing a piece, that's going to be on the first day. Awesome. When Reb Chanina did it, was on the second day. So it wasn't the first night's tish. It was the second night's kisher. Very good. El Rav, but according to Rav, Kasha, what does Rav do? Because Rav is at odds with Reb Chanina. Answers the Gemara, Melcha Rav, Shiny Achbarim, Dimeisi. Meaning, so we have to now speak it out. If you go and bite your esrog, that's not must, not disgusting. And you want to say it in the way the Chassidim would say it. If the Rebbe bites the esrog, that's the first teretz. The second teretz is, excuse me, I said it incorrect. El Rav Kasha, it's a stira in Rav, because what does Rav do with the fact that Rav Chanina bit his esrog? Answers the Gemara, shiny achbarim de meisi. Rav only said his din about mice. So Rav says if a mice bites your esrog, that's indeed
Right. It's not a cut.
not halter. Good. I Rav Chanina bit his esrog. So we said we'll say it like a Rebbe would say it. If the Rebbe bites the esrog, that's the greatest halter in the world. That doesn't take away from the esrog. If a mice bites your esrog, that's gross. But if Chanina bites your esrog,
Even on the
beautiful.
Night,
Good. So let's go back. Let's read that again one more time. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to read. One more time.
I can hear the mice eating as well.
Good. Let's read that. We were all tired. Says the Gemara. Let's read it again. Nachma. So Rav says, why is it no good? Because it's not beautiful. Asks the Gemara, but Rav Chanina did it. Asks the Gemara back, but Rav Chanina, what do you do with the Mishnah? So now we have to pause. And now we have to answer two different things. What did Rav Chanina do, and what did Rav hold? To answer Rav Chanina, we can split his din with the Mishnah's din being what? The first day versus latter days. According to Rav, but Rav says there's a problem with Hadar. So what does Rav do with Rav Chanina? Answers the Gemara, mice is not Hadar. Rav Chanina's biting is yes Hadar. Yes. Very good. Now that's actually not so simple, but I'm going to leave it at that because it makes the Gemara easier. It's actually a big debate in the Rishonim exactly how that works. But yeah.
First thing that we said also, saying Bishlam.
Yeah. Again, I'm not arguing with you. You'll understand. Ikadi Amri, Aleph Dalit, Ikadi Amri, Omar Rav, Zehodar. Says Rav, you have an asteroid that the mice bit it from, it's Hodar. What? Says Rav, I'll tell you a raya. Tahor Rav Chanina Matbuba. Rav Chanina used to dip even nothing ba. So says Rav, that's the second time. That's the second lashon.
That's what I had.
Very good. Meaning the first lashon was what? The first lashon was, that's ridiculous. Ikadi Amri, no, Rav came from a different angle. They said to Rav, what's the story with the mice biting it? Rav said, mice biting it? Mabaya. I just bite marks. He says, but Rav Chanina has bite marks. Says the Gemara, but Rav Chanina, Kasha Masnisan. Okay, very good that you're telling me that there's no issue of Hadar. What about the Mishnah? Like Kasha can be on Tavishan, can be on Tavshini. So I want to speak at a very simple nuance that I think makes everything very simple. There's two details going on in this Gemara. One is an esrog that was bitten by either a human or by mice. Is that Hadar? Detail number one. Detail number two is an esrog that was bitten by either a human or a mice. Is that complete? Or is it missing a piece? Two different details. The Mishnah said an esrog that's missing a piece is not kosher. Why? Because it's missing something. We're introducing a new detail about Hadar. And those are the two things we have to always reconcile. If Chanina bit it, is the male's bite yes good or not good? That's the first lashon. The second lashon, and reconcile the two. Let's stop here. Let's read this through. I have to run 1 minute early. I have a 9:45 meeting back in Yeshiva HaKadosh.